Welcome back to Asia's Voice of Pickleball. Today, we have a very special guest all the way from Hawaii. Yes, all right. Landing here in Southeast Asia and taking the world by storm. A very famous coach, a coach to the pros, coach to the stars, you might say. So, Marcel, could you introduce yourself for our fans?
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Marcel Chan. I'm a 3-year-long pickleball player, lifetime tennis player. And most recently, I've just switched my career from playing to coaching.
Mhm.
I played a little bit on the PPA tour, a lot in the qualifiers, just grinding with my friend Fook. And I actually fell in love with coaching about 2 years ago and have really dedicated my whole last year into coaching a lot of the Vietnamese pickleball players and
Mm.
also now coaching some professionals.
Okay, nice. And so what drew you closer to Vietnam specifically within Asia?
So as I said before, Fook and I were traveling around. We were in the qualies, grinding,
Mm.
trying to just get a few points here and there in all the tournaments we entered. And it was just such a time consuming and unrewarding process, to be honest. It was really difficult to get any traction. And Fook's brother actually said, "Hey boys, why don't you guys go check out Vietnam? It's about to really explode here with pickleball."
Mhm.
And we ended up playing at AOPC, I believe in 2024. And Fook won the singles. I lost very early in the singles, and then he carried me to win the doubles there.
Oh, nice.
And since that point, we really had a good entry into the market and made a good name for ourselves as great players in
Mhm.
Vietnam. I think we're among the first foreign athletes to really compete there. And since that point, we just picked up our things and we moved to Vietnam to see what the community has been doing and
Mhm.
also to try to, I guess, navigate a new market as well. I
Mhm.
just personally saw a lot more excitement when I came into Vietnam and now Southeast Asia than when I was just in the States. It just seemed like a craze out here that I've never seen before.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, coming into it, what did you notice like more about the craze within Vietnam compared to America? Like, what are the things you were noticing with fresh eyes?
Well, first and foremost, I just saw maybe one facility when I arrived there, and then we came back about 4 months later, and there was facilities everywhere, just popping up left and right. And for us, it was always kind of hard to find like a practice court. Even in the US, we'd either have to set up our own net or maybe travel like 20 minutes to get to a club that we could practice at. But in Vietnam, it's almost like you can just walk outside of your house and there will be a pickleball court within like 200 meters everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah. So that
Okay.
was the number one thing.
So the access of facilities and like everyone's just so passionate about it. Like, is it practically like a national sport there?
I would say it's really moving in that direction. They're very passionate about soccer in Vietnam as
Mm.
well, and they have some very good athletes in badminton. But a lot of those players are actually playing a lot of pickleball too. And I think that in Vietnam, especially if pickleball is introduced as a national sport, maybe for like the SEA Games or eventually the Olympics, it will just continue getting more and more public support and participation.
Mm. Okay. I like where this is headed.
Ah,
So, becoming the official coach for the athletes of the Facolos Global Team is quite a major pivot. Um, how did that partnership with Facolos first come about, and what is their initial vision for
mhm.
your role?
Oh, well, I first was introduced to Facolos in one of my first visits to Vietnam. I met Jessica at a Vietnamese American Pickleball Association event run by my friends from Orange County that are also Vietnamese. And she was just like really sweet and really generous with giving calls, shirts, equipment
Yeah, they're
to,
very supportive.
yeah,
Yeah.
very, very supportive, really good vibe. So that was my first introduction to the brand. Fast forward about a year and a half later, I am switching my personal career from being a player to a coach. We actually reunited because Jessica saw some of my videos working with other pros in
Mm-hmm.
Vietnam, and she sent me Yufei to actually work with a little bit.
Mm.
And since that point, it was really a good, I would say, synergy because she is really looking for somebody to help grow the, I guess, the Facolos base of players and to help support all of the athletes moving forward. So that's kind of the niche that I'm looking to fill now as well, helping to develop players and also to put players on different individual pathways. So I think that could work really well with my new role as a coach for Facolos.
Nice. And what's the biggest cultural adjustment you had to make when moving your life over to Asia?
You know, I was very lucky to meet some very nice people. My manager, Mit from Vietnam. I have a lot of friends that I've actually just really stuck with in Vietnam. I've only really been playing at Happy Hub, my home court in Vietnam, and
Yeah.
basically playing with a group of like 10 people socially 3 times a week and having all my clientele there. So I didn't really actually venture out too much in
Yeah,
Vietnam,
yeah.
to be honest, but they've really made my transition in the community there very easy. Culturally, I would just say I'm not used to eating this much food. I've never eat this
Like
much.
frequently,
Yeah, frequently throughout the day. I used to,
but you're still really slim.
well,
I guess you burned it off on court.
that's just from feeding balls, I guess. I'm
Yeah.
getting a little bit on the midsection now because I don't
Yeah.
play very much. But I guess the constant tasty meals throughout the day. In the US, I would only go one meal a day. It would be some like bland chicken or something cheap from Costco. But
Yeah.
in Asia now, I'm eating delicious food many times a day, and I'm definitely putting on some more happy weight, I would
Happy with.
say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean that's Asian hospitality for you right
Yeah,
there.
so nice.
What is the strongest piece of advice you'd give a young pro player considering making a similar move to Asia?
Right now, the market is very, very, I wouldn't say saturated, but there's a lot of people trying to do the same thing. So I would definitely say lean into your strength, whether it is having a good marketability on social media. If you're a really good player, yes, play as many of the PPA Asias or the APP tournaments in Southeast Asia, or even the prestigious local tournaments as well. That will help to boost your profile. With that said, for me personally, it was very hard to sustain myself financially when I'm playing. So
Yeah.
figure out a way where you don't have to stress out like, oh my gosh, I need to win this tournament to just get food on the table. Try to figure out a way to alleviate the pressure and to extend your playing career because for this sport, I notice if you can be around it a long time, you'll get good. But
Yeah.
it's just a matter of sustaining yourself to that point.
To that point, yeah.
Yeah.
And then opportunities will come.
Correct.
Yeah.
And this is the right place to be.
Yes.
Yes.
Asia's where it's at.
Oh yeah, everybody's coming here now.
All right. Thank you for that kind of introduction and insight. We're going to have a quick break here.
Sure.
And when we get back, we're going to talk about the coaching tour and your philosophy.
Great.
Thanks, Marcel.
Thank you.
Game On is brought to you by My Pickleball, Malaysia's #1 pickleball pro shop, where the game never stops. We've got something exciting. Our pro shop at the Strand Mall, Kota Damansara, now features My Pickleball Superstore on level 2 and the newly opened My Pickle Lifestyle Store on the ground floor. The Lifestyle Store brings you shoes, apparel, and accessories, while the Superstore has Malaysia's widest range of paddles. Can't make it to the store? No worries. You can explore all the latest gears and pickleball must-haves at mypickleball.my. Shop, browse, and stay updated with the newest arrivals. Visit our website, drop by the Strand Mall, Kota Damansara, or discover more My Pickleball branches near you. Gear up, play hard, and keep the rally going. Only at My Pickleball.
So, Marcel's currently on a coaching tour in Malaysia. Recently, you spent some time in Vietnam, but now we're lucky. Malaysians are lucky that you're now touring and imparting your knowledge on all the eager fans. So, first question. What has been your initial impression of Malaysian pickleball community and facilities compared to Vietnam?
Well, I'll first start off with PXP was the first club I visited in Malaysia, and I love it here. I've been here almost every other day of my stay. I teach my clients here. A buddy's been so kind. They've been giving me coffee. There's air conditioning. It's beautiful.
It's a nice facility as well, yeah.
I mean, this is definitely the place I always come back to most frequently.
Yeah.
The other facilities I visited have been absolutely beautiful too. I've been at the Pickle Depot, Playa, PSC, Pickleball Social Club,
yeah.
and the vibe everywhere has been really on point. People are enjoying themselves, hanging out all day. I see everybody laughing, tons of new players. So Definitely, that's the same vibe I'm on. I always like pickleball for the social and community aspect. I think the pro scene is great and all, but that's what it's all about, just having a nice time and meeting a lot of new people.
Okay.
And the Malaysian hospitality has been top notch.
Awesome. I'm glad you're having a great time.
Yeah, thank you.
So I know besides the social players, you've also been training and meeting with pro players. So may I ask, are you seeing any players that potentially could be major Malaysian pros or future stars? And also maybe some things they need to improve on a little bit to take that step forward.
Of course. So for me, I've been working a lot with the Facolos team, and I've honestly just been doing a lot of technical work with them. I haven't got to see them all like play real games or matches, but I've been very impressed by the different like racket sports background that all of the players bring. I have some badminton athletes, some table tennis athletes, and also yesterday I played with Kelvin, and I have to say he is standing out most to me because before he hits the ball, he makes a really funny noise when he's about to win the point. He's like, like this, and I cannot get the ball back after. So he really stood out to me. Other than that, we have Razlan, Desmond, Ren, Ivan, Natasha. So there's a lot of really talented prospects. I just have to see, how they perform under pressure and in a match situation. But from what I've seen, even not including my players and Facolos, I've seen other juniors that have come to my events and everything, and I see a lot of like potential for how they can execute shots and movement. But again, it's very early, so I have to see what it looks like in a real match.
Yes. Everything can be perfect on a drilling session, but when
Yes.
under pressure, can you perform consistently?
I
Right?
have the same problem. That's why I'm coaching now.
It's okay. We were lucky that we have you imparting your
Thank
knowledge
you.
for an experience. How much emphasis do you place off-court physical conditioning versus on-court drilling for players looking to go from 4.5 to 5?
I would say it will come down to what your athletic background is. For example, if I am a doubles specialist and I'm a ping pong player, I'm not necessarily going to be doing too much like crazy agility circuits. I may just get better at a little bit of backwards movement because everybody's going to lob me for an overhead, but really addressing specific movement patterns that I may struggle with. Everybody can get faster. So, like lateral shuffling, sprints. But most importantly, from that level, you're going to have to do a lot of court hours. So, I would recommend just staying injury free. So, trying to balance your lower back, working on your hamstrings because all the time we're going to be leaning over in the kitchen. And for me, when I played a lot and I was around that level, I had a lot of lower back pain. So just being able to play as pain-free as possible would be number one.
Yeah.
As you get better from that, let's say 5.0 to 6.0 and 6.0 beyond, then you're going to really have to get super explosive with your movements, left and right, front and back. And I would say a lot of like plyometric jumping exercises, and to be honest, whatever badminton players do for their circuit. So if there are any listeners that are badminton coaches, let's make a little trade. I'll give you a pickleball lesson, you give me a badminton lesson, because I'm all about learning about this quick first step and explosive movements.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have some top badminton players reach out. We'll do a training session.
Yes,
Put him through the
please.
paces, make sure
Yeah.
he burns off the midsection.
Yes, please.
That's such a great point about, I think people are bit too focused on like, I'm gonna be competition ready, but like, is your fundamentals and like your core strong to avoid injury?
Correct.
Because everyone, goes through the cycle of like, oh, I tried pickleball, I like pickleball, I'm addicted to pickleball, I'm playing multiple times a week.
Yes.
You don't want an injury to like hinder all that progress.
Yeah, to
in the
just
beginning.
keep you sidelined for like 2 months. Let's say you're not warming up properly, and you just keep pushing through. You might have a bad knee injury. You might roll your
You
ankle.
have like tennis elbow from
tennis
pickleball.
elbow, all of the above. So it's just about listening to your body and making sure, yes, you're pushing your hardest, but also you will sacrifice a lot of your progress if you get sidelined. from a very preventable injury too.
Yeah, definitely consistency and consistency is the key forward.
Yes.
What are the key traits you look for when assessing a player's coachability in a new developing market like Malaysia?
I would say coachability is very important. So being receptive to new techniques or, constructive criticism. All the best players are really absorbing a lot of knowledge and obviously taking bits and pieces of what works for their personal game. I would say that's a really important thing, attitude. The second thing, obviously, will be athletic gifts. So always table tennis players stand out to me because they're able to see and track a ball much faster than me personally as a tennis player. So right now I'm actually looking for the reaction speed of a badminton or table tennis player and the footwork and movement of a tennis player. So I want to combine all three of those disciplines for the athletes I'm looking for now.
Gonna make like a Frankenstein athlete with
Correct.
the best traits of all racket sports.
Yes, badminton overhead, table tennis volleys, and tennis ground strokes.
Wow, I'm looking forward to seeing that super player.
Yeah.
So obviously you've been coaching so much, and you're saying people are receptive. So I'm curious to know, when a professional top player comes and gets coaching from you, how are they receptive? Do they come in with like, you have to break down some confidence, or like, how does that work?
I've been really blessed to have very receptive pro players too. At the end of the day, I'm just here to help you. I'm not even a competitor anymore. I'm just literally there just to help the athlete. With that said, for my pro player lessons, I spend like 3 hours just watching all of their film before I get on court with them. So for me, it's super, super time consuming actually to work with the top pro. And before the lesson, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I can tell them something. They play better than me already.
Yeah.
But usually I'm able to pick up on maybe a technical deficiency or just in general being able to train them to become maybe faster. So very general concepts, but everybody, even the top level, they can improve on general things like coordination, movement, efficiency when touching the ball. So, or even ball quality. Every level can improve on ball quality.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, a lot of different factors go into working with a pro, but I hope they know I spend a lot of time off the court just to prepare for the lesson.
Yeah.
So hopefully I do a good job.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed about you, like from the several times we've hung out and chatted and just me observing you. Like I've met lots of coaches and everyone obviously has different styles, but one thing about you was you're very analytical. You would like watch someone play, break it down in your head. Like you said, you're also watching footage leading up to that. I remember you had a lesson plan for like the event, and then you had observed something, and in your mind you said, you know what, I need to switch it up based on this crowd, which I thought was really that's really impressive, that like
Thank you.
wanted to give the best quality lesson for that scenario, for that group of players. So hats off to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. For me at our event here, I expected maybe more of like an intermediate level, but then everybody was hitting like perfect flicks and like really impressive drives. I was having a very basic plan. And then I got too ambitious, but then I was trying to do like two-hand backhand flick, forehand tardio speed up. So I tried to give that crowd basically everything that I've been working on in the past couple months. So hopefully they liked it.
You know what? The recent event, everyone had like great things to say.
I'm glad to hear that.
They left happy for sure.
Thank you.
You should check out his other ones. If you didn't make it to the PXP one, he has a couple more planned out. Just follow the Facolos Global Team. You'll know what's up.
Today's AVP podcast is powered by Aeronex, your go-to for high-performance paddles and gear that elevate your game. Experience the Aeronex KVL003 Kevlar paddle, built for power, control, and that premium feel every player wants. Paired with the X5 tournament ball, made for consistency, true flight, and tournament-grade durability. Own your game with Aeronex. Shop now at aeronex.my.
And we're back. So we're going to talk about Marcel as a professional athlete, your global ranking, and his view on Asia's competitive future from your insight. So your Duper rating, what's it? Is it 6? What's it?
It's around a 6.
Okay, okay. It's high, obviously.
Now not so much, but back in the day, yes.
Back in the day, okay. Um, so back then, maybe we just have some insight. What was the hardest part about maintaining a top level of play? Yeah.
Oh, well, as I mentioned earlier, it's really about having a good balance of being able to train, being able to sustain yourself financially, and get yourself in the right positions to earn good opportunities. So for me and many of the other pros that were in my same boat, not really being signed with the PPA tour, we really have to grind. We have
Yeah.
to do lessons. We have to be on our socials. We have to do everything we can just to maintain that lifestyle and to be around pickleball
Yeah.
full time. So I would say the most challenging thing is just sustaining yourself financially. That's number one. Number two is if you can be around it longer and you have good training partners, you're going to get better very quickly. So it's about more cultivating that environment, not putting too much pressure on yourself to win. So having many clinics, maybe doing more endorsements for brands, but it's more about balancing all those factors than it is really just training and competing. Because for me, I could train and compete, do somewhat well, but if I can't do it one more year, I'll lose out on those major opportunities as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And so in your pro playing career, I'm sure you've crossed paths on court with some of big names. Could you
Yeah.
name some of these big names that you've played against?
My goodness. I still have nightmares, but my first tournament ever, I played Ben Johns. After battling 3 rounds of qualies, I got him in the first round, and it looked like he just had woken up. He rolled onto the court, no warm up, and basically just toyed around with me for 20 minutes and hit some of the most amazing shots that to this day I'm still trying to copy and to teach my students. So that was my first one. After him, I played Federico, I played Tyson, and I played Connor Garnett, all in the first round after battling qualies. And I didn't beat any of them, but with every single exposure to that level, I was just more inspired to develop my game further and to also see what they're doing in a match setting as well.
How did you and your doubles partner, Fook, partner up? How was it in the beginning and how did that, I guess, chemistry develop over time?
Well, it was really nice because we're both primarily singles players. So it's funny, we actually didn't do much doubles training. We were just grinding the normal drills like think cross, think line, a lot of cross line drills, very much singles based because that was our best discipline by far. To be honest, if we had a group of 4, I think our doubles would have been much better.
Yeah.
But it could get us to a really high, like 5.5 to 6.0 level, just getting very good at the quality of our ball, like a huge serve, a really deep return, a really good forehand drip, and a forehand speed up. That could allow us to separate a lot from the 5.0 to 5.5 pack. But when you approach the 6-point level and above, you really need a group of 4 to practice more live scenarios of the doubles game. And that's what I realize for my athletes now. I need to really make sure that we have 4 people on the court so everybody can get used to communicating with the partner, figuring out which ball is theirs and what strategies accentuate everybody's personal strengths. For me, I've always liked my backhand counter and my 2-hand backhand counter. So I gravitated a little bit more towards being on the right side and actually taking a little bit of the court. Whereas Fook back in the day, he would take up 60% and he plays so well on the move. So that's something that I would say I would really have the athletes prioritize. So get good at the drilling one-on-one, but once you're at a certain level, try to get into a really competitive group of 4 and practice in that way a lot.
Okay. Competitive group of 4, practice out live situations,
scenarios.
live scenarios.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a great tip. 5 years from now, what do you hope is your most significant contribution to Asian pickleball scene?
I would say I want to have an athlete that I develop from like an early point in the career. I don't actually want somebody who's already like a 6.0 and then I make like a 0.1% difference. I actually want somebody that I take maybe not even a racket sport background and take them all the way to like a high 5.0. I would almost be more rewarded to see that than to see like a top pro increase by 1% because I can't really see too much of the personal impact.
Yeah.
But I get really excited when I work with somebody who's like a 2.5 and I bring them up to a 4.0. I'm really rewarded because I can see they have gained a lot of knowledge and then they'll have so many more opportunities to play with more players, to enter tournaments, and also to ultimately make more connections too. Because when you play better, you get invited to more things and generally have more fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really hope that happens for you. 5 years time, we're going to see the next
And one pro.
and one pro. Okay. Okay. So next up, we're going to do some quick fire rounds. So just don't think too hard, like
Okay.
short sentence or one word or whatever. Short fun questions for you. Favorite Vietnamese or Malaysian food you've tried, or maybe one of each.
In Vietnam, I really like black chicken pho. That's
Okay.
what my teammate Mr. Tang showed to me. That was my favorite. And in Malaysia, I love this spicy chicken dish that I don't know what it's called exactly. Like,
Is it like fried chicken and has like a sambal on it?
I don't know if it's fried, but it is crispy and
Okay.
it has like a red and dark sauce over the
Over it,
top.
is it, we eat it with rice?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe it's like ayam gerprek. Maybe
Delicious.
something. Okay.
Delicious.
Okay, got it. Most challenging Asian word or phrase you picked up?
In Vietnam, there's a saying, Hanoi never rush. And I believe it's Hanoi Convoy Duc Dao. I could be pronouncing it wrong, but that's my most challenging phrase that I've learned.
Okay. One Facolos paddle that's your favorite?
Tough question. I really like the Elite X, but right now I've been loving the new Next paddle,
paddle.
especially in the orange color.
Okay. Okay. Best local facility or court you've played in Malaysia?
Oh, PXP, hands down.
Not a plug, just a coincidence. For our fans, are you single or taken?
I'm single, but I'm married to the game.
Okay. So you gotta accept being second in the game. You can accept being third wheel playing mixed doubles. What's your go-to comfort food when traveling?
It's grab. It's a grab like fruit in every Southeast Asia location. So it's some kind of mango or guava with like a dipping salt. That's my favorite.
Okay, Assam.
Yeah.
Okay. Biggest lesson you learned from your time in the US college tennis system that you brought into pickleball, perhaps?
I would say the discipline, but also the fun environment. If you're not having fun doing what you love every day, then you're not going to do it very long. So make sure you're having a nice time and it's still challenging.
Okay, challenging, but still
Fun.
don't lose the fun.
Yes.
Best piece of advice you give every beginner?
Play on the wall from one paddle's length away and continue keeping the ball in the same trajectory over and over, forehand and backhand, and you can get good very fast.
So you don't need fancy courts or equipment. You just need a wall, paddle, and a ball. And a lot of commitment.
Yes.
What gets you excited about coaching?
I love to see my student have that moment where they actually can feel the ball and have confidence in their game and themselves.
It's like a light bulb moment, right?
Yeah,
Suddenly they get
that's
it.
really nice to see.
Okay, last quick fire question. One word to describe the future of Asia's pickleball scene.
One word? Oh, bright, but I think more controversial. It's going to overtake the US way sooner than everybody thinks.
Ooh, okay, you heard it here. All right. Marcel, this is an incredible look behind the scenes of the Asian pro movement. We loved your insight. Thank you so much for sharing your journey, your coaching insights, and the exciting vision for yourself and Facolos and the growth of Vietnam and Malaysia. Is there any closing statement you want to give for fans or people who might seek you out?
Well, I really appreciate the hospitality, especially PXP in Malaysia has shown me. I'm excited to hopefully come back and meet all of you. If you ever see me on the court, feel free to ask me any questions. I'm really busy for personal coaching, but if you ever catch me and you have a quick question, I'm always happy to share my advice.
Awesome. Awesome. So you can follow Marcel's journey on, is it called Your Pickleball BF?
Yes. Started as a joke at first, but I just left it.
Just left it?
Yeah.
Okay. And also on the Facolos Global Team's IG, of course. I'm Buddy Plays. Make sure you follow Pickle361 as well and the Facolos team. Thank you, PXP, for letting me use the venue. Thank you, My Pickleball, for always supporting all our episodes. Marcel, thank you. This has been great.
Thank you, buddy.
Wishing you all the best and see you on court soon.
See you on court.
All right. Thank you.